Are you battling a garden that feels more like a construction site than a lush oasis? You know the struggle. Heavy, stubborn clay soil that drains poorly and stifles your plant's roots. And just when you think you found the perfect bloom, a hungry deer decides it's their next gourmet meal. If these challenges sound all too familiar, then you're in the right place. Welcome to PlantDo Home and Garden. Today, we're empowering you with 5 incredible perennial plants that are not only champions in tough clay, but are also remarkably deer-resistant. Get ready to discover beautiful, low-maintenance solutions that will thrive where others fail. Let's dig in! All right, let's kick things off with our first clay-busting, deer-defying champion, coneflowers, specifically the Echinacea purpurea varieties. Now, I've planted my fair share of perennials, and I can tell you firsthand, Echinacea is an absolute workhorse. When it comes to that dense, compacted clay that most plants dread, coneflowers are incredibly tolerant. Their robust root systems are excellent at pushing through tougher soils, and once established, they're surprisingly drought-resistant too, a real bonus for those hot summer stretches. But here's the kicker for many of us: deer. While no plant is 100% deer-proof, coneflowers are consistently at the top of the rarely damaged list. Deer tend to find their somewhat coarse texture and slightly spiky centers unappealing, preferring to browse on softer, tastier foliage elsewhere in your garden. This means you get to enjoy those iconic, vibrant daisy-like blooms, often in shades of purple, pink, white, and even yellow, without constant worry. They're fantastic for attracting pollinators like butterflies and bees, adding lively movement and color to your landscape from midsummer right into fall. Just make sure they get a good amount of sun, at least 6 hours a day, and they'll reward you with a spectacular show year after year. A true foundational plant for a resilient garden. Moving right along to our second resilient perennial, a plant that truly shines in challenging conditions, the magnificent Lenten rose, or Helleborus orientalis. Now, if you're looking for early season interest, especially when everything else is still sleeping, hellebores are your absolute best friend. Not only are they incredibly tolerant of heavy clay soils, but they actually prefer a bit of that heavier texture as long as it's not waterlogged. Their leathery leaves and deep roots are perfectly adapted to thrive where many other delicate bloomers would simply rot. And the deer problem? Consider it solved. Hellebores contain compounds that make them highly unpalatable to deer, earning them a solid spot on the deer-resistant roster. You can plant these beauties with confidence, knowing those hungry visitors will likely pass them by. What I love most about Lenten roses are their stunning, nodding, cup-shaped flowers. They emerge in late winter to early spring, often pushing through snow in an incredible array of colors: pristine whites, soft pinks, deep purples, speckled varieties, and even sophisticated blacks. They offer invaluable color and texture to the shade garden. Yes, these are fantastic for those shadier spots where clay can be particularly problematic. Give them partial to full shade and watch them light up your garden when little else is blooming. They're also evergreen in many zones, providing year-round foliage interest. A true gem. For our third powerhouse perennial, we're turning our attention to a classic beauty with surprising resilience, bleeding hearts, specifically Dicentra spectabulus. When you think of bleeding hearts, you probably envision those delicate heart-shaped flowers dangling gracefully in the spring breeze. But don't let their elegant appearance fool you. These plants are remarkably tough. They handle clay soil much better than many other shade perennials, thanks to their fleshy, robust roots that can navigate the denser conditions. While they prefer consistently moist soil, they won't sulk excessively in clay as long as it's not constantly waterlogged. And for our deer-weary gardeners, here's more good news. Bleeding hearts are rarely bothered by deer. The foliage contains alkaloids that make it unappetizing to browsers, so you can enjoy their unique, charming blooms without the heartbreak of seeing them nibbled away. These plants are a true harbinger of spring, erupting with those distinctive pink, red, or white heart-shaped flowers that dangle from arching stems. They create an immediate focal point in the early season shade garden. After blooming, the foliage will often yellow and go dormant in the heat of summer, especially in warmer climates, so it's a good idea to plant them alongside later emerging perennials that can fill in the space. They thrive in partial to full shade, bringing a touch of whimsical elegance to those shadier, clay-rich corners of your yard. All right, let's unveil our fourth incredible perennial, a plant known for its striking presence and unwavering durability, Siberian iris, or Iris sibirica. If you've been struggling to find a sophisticated yet tough flowering plant for your garden's trickier spots, look no further. Siberian irises are champions when it comes to tolerating heavy clay soils. Unlike some of their bearded iris cousins, these beauties thrive in moist conditions, and their fibrous root systems are perfectly adapted to navigate and establish themselves in denser, compacted earth. They form dense clumps that help them firm stand even in less than ideal soil. And as for those persistent deer, you can breathe a sigh of relief. Siberian irises are highly deer-resistant. Their tough, sword-like foliage and generally unappetizing qualities mean deer will typically pass them over in favor of softer, more palatable plants. The blooms themselves are a showstopper. Emerging in late spring to early summer, their elegant, often intricate flowers come in a breathtaking array of blues, purples, whites, and even bicolors. The upright, grass-like foliage remains attractive throughout the growing season, providing wonderful vertical texture even when not in bloom. They're fantastic for borders, along water features, or massed for a dramatic impact. Give them full sun to partial shade and a little bit of consistent moisture, and these architectural beauties will reward you with years of stunning, deer-free display. And for our fifth and final perennial powerhouse, one that truly embodies both beauty and brawn, salvia, specifically the salvia nemorosa varieties like caradonna or Maynite. When it comes to versatility and resilience, salvia is a star player. These tough-as-nails perennials are remarkably adaptable to a wide range of soil conditions, including, yes, our challenging heavy clay. Their deep root systems help them establish firmly, and once mature, they are incredibly drought-tolerant, making them perfect for those areas where clay might hold water initially, but then bake dry in the summer heat. And for the deer problem, salvia is a consistent winner. Deer absolutely despise the aromatic foliage of salvias. That distinct, slightly minty scent that we humans often find pleasant is a major deterrent for browsing deer, keeping your plant safe and intact. But beyond their toughness and deer resistance, salvias offer so much garden value. They produce an abundance of vibrant, spiky flower stalks in shades of rich purple, violet, pink, and white from late spring through summer, especially if you deadhead them to encourage rebloom. They are absolute magnets for hummingbirds and butterflies, bringing a lively buzz to your garden. Plant them in full sun and they will perform beautifully, providing consistent color and vertical interest that perfectly complements our other selections. A truly indispensable plant for a low-maintenance, high-impact, deer-resistant garden in clay soil.
So, there you have it. 5 powerhouse perennials designed to thrive in tough clay soil and stand strong against hungry deer. You don't have to let challenging conditions stop you from having a beautiful, vibrant garden. We hope these selections give you the confidence to dig in and transform your landscape. Do you have a favorite tough perennial we missed? Share it with us in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to PlantDo Home and Garden for more practical gardening tips. Thanks for watching and happy gardening!